Welcome to Attican Plays Farm Manager 2021. All right, hi, this is Attican and welcome to the start of a new series. This is Series 1, Episode 1 of Farm Manager 2021. Now, there was a Farm Manager 2018, I believe. This is probably an update. You can see I didn't play 2018, and this is my first, I've played this enough to get the hang of it, definitely. So, what I wanted to do is just kind of show you what the game's all about. It is just what you might imagine. You manage a farm, so it is kind of a city builder because how you organize things matters, where you place buildings, you manage some staff, you decide crops and set strategy. It's really a tycoon / city builder kind of a game set on a farm, and it's a nice setting. It can be a little slow, but overall it's actually pretty good. I've enjoyed playing it. So we're going to take a shot at one of the scenarios. It has a campaign, but the campaign is very much a hand-holding thing that walks you through. It releases the functionality to you in pieces, kind of typical campaign style, almost meant as an extended tutorial. There is a tutorial that's pretty good. I actually can't remember it, but I do recall thinking, hey, I actually understand this after going through that. But we're going to look at, there's also a free mode, and free mode has something I love. We can set these difficulties up to extreme, and I've played that some, and it's actually that's the best game for me, but it's a little slow. So we're going to go play one of the scenarios just to show you what the game's about, and if you like it, hit that like button and we'll do some more of these. So the scenarios I've played a few of them. I really want to go back to this first one just to kind of show you what the game's about, and we'll play through this one. I also want to show kind of a starting strategy because I've been looking at Steam and kind of reading some of people's comments and stuff, and I think a lot of people struggle with how to start this game and get your economy going right off the bat, so I'm going to show you a method for doing that. So in these scenarios, we typically have the full functionality, but we have specific things they want us to do. So we need to produce a fair amount of barley, oat, rye, sorghum, and wheat. So 5 kind of cereals or grains that we need to grow. So let's get started here. So we're going to start out with our map here. You always start out, or at least to my knowledge you do, because I haven't run into a case where you didn't. In a situation like this, you've got your home, which has a warehouse attached to it. And you typically, depending, you wouldn't have all this stuff. You wouldn't have another house. You wouldn't have this ostrich farm. You wouldn't necessarily have this large silo or this garage over here with stuff in it. You'd have more like a blank slate to work from. And you guys know me. We're going to end up with a blank slate. We're going to hit the old delete and get rid of that ostrich farm. The silo, let's see. I don't even want it. It's in a bad spot. I don't like where it is. Okay, and we definitely do not want the stuff in here. So I want to see if we can't. We're going to sell that combine. We're going to delete that, and we're going to delete. Let's see. We're going to delete that power. The house. The house is not in a perfect spot, but it's in an okay spot. So we can keep the house. We don't need to spend the money to rebuild it. The way the game works is you have a whole bunch of different things that produce materials or product. You have animals like chickens and ducks and quail and what have you, and then you have ostriches, and you have fish. You can fish. You have cow sheds where you can raise cows. So what we're going to do, we're going to start out with let's start with chickens. Let's do this. Let's put in a road like so. And let's go recruit. So what we're going to do is click on the house. This house has headroom for 8 people. and this is where our workers live. We live in the main house, and our workers live in these houses. And the location, these houses to me are the game. They kind of drive your strategy. Remember the 8 slots. So what we're going to do is set up the ability to use those 8 slots. So we're going to first go look over here and get some research going. They call it training. And the training is interesting because the training improves your production, lets you do windmills, lets you, improves your storage stuff. It reduces the cost of buildings, all kinds of benefits to doing it. So we're going to, see, what do we want to do? Here we go. Now, sometimes you have to do this annual agricultural school in some of the scenario in the campaign or whatever, and you have to take a whole year tying up your research to do this. But they've given us that. We're going to take advantage of that. We're going to hit this training right here. It lasts for 3 days, and it's going to increase the production rate of milk and eggs and unlock the second level for these things so that we can build a bigger, better, more efficient building. So I'm just going to fast forward it, and we're just going to let the clock run for 3 days because we don't need to be spending any money. We don't need to have things tying us up. Remember, our ultimate goal is to grow those crops. But we need, as you've heard me say many times in many of the games I've covered, we need an economic engine. We need something to base our gameplay on, something that's bringing in money and can allow us to keep moving quickly, because it's very expensive to grow a lot of crops like that. Okay, so we got that training finished, and we want to keep training going. So we finished. It's easy to get lost in here. It really is. But where was it? Got to be further down. Okay, yeah, down here. All right. So now we could go ahead down that chain if we want to, but let's go up here and increase the strength of our employees by 5%. So what that is our employees will get tired, and they'll rest and recover from being tired. And when they're tired and resting, they aren't producing. And so what we want to do is increase their strength. They call it strength. It's endurance, really. It means that they will get tired more slowly, and they'll be able to recover more quickly, so we'll get more out of them. So we're going to work on that. And now we've got this medium chicken coop, which we didn't have before. Before we had just this one, which takes one person, will hold 10 chickens. This one is bigger. We want to base our little fledgling economy on this guy. So we're going to place him down, and then we're going to go hire somebody. And now these people that we hire have a lot of characteristics. Some of them are specialists with animals. Some of them do bees. Some of them are strong and have a lot of endurance. Some of them are good with manufacturing. Some are good with machinery. Some are good with plants or orchards and stuff like that. And some of them are good with plants. Now we want animals because we're going to start with the chickens. We want guys who are really good at animals. In fact, here's one. He's already up to a level 4 out of 5. That matters a lot, and he's not horribly expensive. We'll take him. And she is not too expensive, and she has animals and the endurance. They can have up to 2. We'll take that one. Okay, let's just work with those 2 to start with. Shoot. Try this again. We'll build 2 of these. And I want to go straight, since we have decent money, I want to go straight for the better roads. Let's see. We're going to need to repower everything since I blew it all up. We'll put down a transformer and drag it over and connect it to the main power line that runs along the main drag out here. Let these build up. Oh, and while they're building, we're also going to need storage. We're going to put in a warehouse. We'll put it 1, 2, 3, 4. I want it kind of centralized to all this, so I think I'm actually going to put it right there. And I think it's neat how it'll just move the pole over to a better spot. So we're going to put that down. We're also going to put in a silo. We can use a small silo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so. And extend our road. Okay. And I gotta turn that music down a little bit more. It's a little bit much for me. It's almost off. Okay. All right, so now we've built a couple of chicken coops. So what we're going to do is assign the 2 people that we recruited to this one. And we're going to buy chickens. And in fact, we could just buy a few and then let them breed to fill it out, but that's way too slow. We're going to fill this thing up with 25 chickens. And then we're going to have organic chickens and organic eggs. So we're going to use organic food, and we want very happy, productive chickens. So we're going to feed them all the things that we could possibly use for food and give them variety in their menu. And then we're going to say, okay, well, now we need all these things to feed our animals. But we don't have any of them. That's fine. What we're going to do now is go to the market, go down here to trade, and we're going to go to this. Now, if we needed to, we could just buy them. We could say, okay, well, they needed, well, what did they need? They need organic oat and organic corn. And we could go to the market and we could manually buy them. And if we had things to sell, like the eggs that they produce, we could sell them. But what we can really do that's nice is we can add a trade item like this. So let me go back and do that again. So you hit the trade, and there's nothing here. That means we don't have any items set up. When I first saw this, I thought, well, what do I click? What do I click? I wanted to click because I thought it was broken. But you hit add trade item, and then we can do a search in here and say, okay, I want oat. Now we can see all kinds of things that have oat in it. There's goat milk, and goats have OAT in them. But we can see right here the BIO, that's organic. This is the non-organic. This is regular oat right here, but we don't want that one. We actually want the organic one. That's the one we need for our organic chickens. So we're going to say, okay, we've got oat. We want to buy. We want to purchase this until you hit a certain threshold. So we're going to buy, and we can set a threshold. We'll say 300. And what we're telling our warehousing system is keep 300 in here. So every time you go out to market, and it'll go every couple of days, it'll go out and sell everything you have to sell. It'll buy everything you need to buy. It will check inventory and see if you have 300 in stock. If you have less than 300, it will buy right up to 300. So that's going to take care of our oat. And I'm going to stop talking about this and do the rest of them. I'll be right back. Okay, there, I started to do a search. It's easy to get confused. Searching here is searching through all these orders. You could have dozens of orders in here, and you can search and find the one you want. But I'm going to have to hit Add Trade Item. Then we search in here for potato and get our organic potato, and we'll set our orders. Okay, so now we have the 5 things that we're going to feed to our chickens. We have them set up to stay in stock through our purchasing system. But the other thing is we're going to make sure that we can sell them. So we're going to look for egg, and we're going to pick the chicken egg, which is this one. This is ostrich, and this is quail. We're going to pick the chicken egg, and we're going to say sell if you're above 0. In other words, if you have any in stock, sell it. So now we have set up an automatic purchasing system to keep us supplied and an automatic selling system to sell our products. So we've got that one set, and now we need more people. So we go to animals. Again, here's a good one that's cheap. Up to, well, he's real cheap. Oh, she's a little pricey. Probably mainly because she has 2 skills. We'll take this one, and we'll come back and get more. So over here, we got that one. Now this one we can assign to 2 of our newcomers. And I forgot to check it here. We're going to make sure that they're leveled up to level 5, so we can buy their training, if you will, to level them up. And it's very important that you use the level 5. Now Annabelle here is a really good one because the animal is what we're really after. But if we also max out her endurance, she'll work longer and harder. So she's going to be excellent. Here we go, level up 1, and okay, and the cost of those keeps getting a little bit higher, but it's absolutely worth it to have level 5 staff working. So now on this one, we'll buy chickens. Now we could have waited and gotten the chickens in the first coop and then moved some over here and let them breed, but again, that takes time. We want to be producing eggs right away. So we've got, let's let it run forward for a day. I'll watch the date up here when it gets to 4/7. There we go. Then we should have new applicants. So we're going to filter it out by animal. 1,300, so that's okay. She'll do 1,500 actually. I mean, the money is not that big a deal. If you're playing on extreme, you really watch every penny. But here we don't really have to. But we can do without a really expensive one. Now, what we're going to do here is go to. We're going to build another one. Like so. Okay, our training just finished, so we want to go back and get more training going. Let's see. And lots of ways we can go. We can make our staff stronger again, and I think that's what we're going to do. Or we could go reduce our bills, cut our costs. I think we're going to keep working on our folks here. We're going to increase the speed of strength regeneration for our permanent employees. So the permanent folks, the people we're hiring to work for us full time, and we'll talk about seasonal later if we get into that. We're gonna just keep strengthening them. Okay, we're getting that food symbol because we probably haven't, we haven't even made a shopping run yet on that auto trade. There, it just did. It just sort of happens in the background, but it happened now, and you can see we've got potatoes, we've got what else did we ask for? They'd be over here. We got corn, we've got oats, we've got soy. So now we can start another one. And we're going to buy the chickens. And tell them to eat all that yummy food. And we're just going to keep doing with that. And I'm going to just keep going with that same process until I have all 8 slots here filled and 8 coops out. And, well, it'll be 4 coops, so there's 2 on each one, staffed and up and running. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so now assign these 2. Make sure they're both at level 5. And I don't know if I did that back here, did I? No, I didn't. Let's double check them all here. Okay, so now we'll get this one set up, buying chickens. Eating organic food. And there we go. There's our first kind of module, driven by the house size. And we're going to do it again. We're going to build another one. I'm going to build that. It'll look like this. I'm just going to keep going with this theme and be back in a bit. Okay, our training completed, so we're going to get something else going. Let's increase the strength by 10%, sure. As soon as we flip to the 22nd, I need to recruit a person for this one, and hopefully, I'd love to get 3 total, would be great. Fill up that house and allow me to finish these off, okay? And we're not getting anybody. Getting nobody with animals, and we will just wait until we do. I'm not going to put people on the wrong jobs. We'll wait till the 23rd and recruit again. No one. We'll wait till the 24th. All right, hooray. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Okay. So this one is 1 shy, so you go on there and we'll build 1 more pen. See, our money's racking up even just during the time we build this. Okay. All right, that's 2 full sets now. We're going to diversify, right? No, we're going to keep going with this. There's a sort of, it's called there is a master plan in mind here. So we're going to do 1 more set like this. Probably put it, where are we going to put it? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to put it real close to this, even though the roads won't line up with each other. We're going to go like this. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. We're going to like. Wait a minute. Let's see. Sorry. How big is this? This is a 4x4 building. 4. Perfect. Now this little plus, we're going to plus this and pick the eggs. Now it'll tell us how many eggs we have in stock. So you can see we're going, next time we go to market, which will be very soon, we should make a lot of money. There we go. Okay. And that was sloppy of me to build that out of order like that, but this is very easy. All right, so we're going to go up here and extend our power out this way. We'll put it where it covers up everything. Let's go right out here. No, let's go. Oh, we need more money. Okay, now what did you notice how we went very negative? We got to the month end, and then you have to pay all your bills. So you pay your power bill and a bunch of your expenses, and you take a big hit. But you also notice we recovered very quickly. We've got a really strong engine going here right now. And it's going to get, and I really got out of rhythm there. I never should have done that. I got sloppy. Shame upon me. Let's go force a sell. We're going to go here, sell, eggs. There we go. Let's sell those because I want to get that power in here. Let's put it, make sure it gets that house. Notice how they light up. That house is in an awkward spot. We'll go there, there. Okay, so now we can start recruiting from our new house. 1, 2, we can get 2. We'll put them in this one. Set up our food. And I'm going to keep going till that's done, and I'll be back. Okay, just to show you this, I never do this, but this one, let's see, this one is number 12. This one is full. We're going to hit move from this one that's full. And we're going to say take 10 chickens. And you notice 12 is the only one that shows up. That's because it's the only one that isn't already full. And we're going to move them over there to that new coop. And now, then they'll breed. Any place where they're short, they don't have a full pen. They'll breed and create more chickens. The chickens do breed very quickly. So there we go. Now we've got 12 Yeah, we've got 12 doubles, so it's like 24 people out here working with our chickens to make eggs. Now, why did I do so many? Well, because we want to go, to the next thing we do after this. But what we're doing is setting up an economic engine. This right here will fund everything we need to get done going down the road. Okay, we finished some more training. Let's keep that going. What I want to get into now are the cheaper buildings. So here we get into the price of buildings, but we're going to need to do this one first. Price of machines. So we're going to take that one, and we're going to get down here and get cheaper buildings, because we're going to move into, we're going to have at least one big factory to kind of drive our funding here, and that's why there's so many chickens here. Now, I didn't really pay attention to this, but we've got watermelon and sorghum up here are getting bonus prices, and then what's this? Sheep's milk and lupine are paying the penalty, so to speak. So now what we could do at this point is we could rest on our laurels and take off and start dealing with the all the fields we have to build. This is going to get kind of cool if you've never seen this with all the equipment we have to use. But I want this thing to be really strong and no doubts going to work great kind of a deal. So what could we do? I mean, we could repeat this process with something else that creates and could then later be turned into meat, like the quail. Quail are really good. We could set up a whole bunch of quail just like this, and have that ready to go and have a really strong economy. But I think we're going to stop right here and put in that a factory. And let's take a look. We're going to look at our finances. We hit down here on this kind of the control, the management views, and that's where I've been going to the training, and there's looking at your warehouse, looking at your equipment, your factories, all your animals, your land, your people, and the money up at the top. We go to estimated budget. It says right now we're going to clear about $209,000 a month. That's our pace we're on now. Annual of about 3.5 million. So you can see we're doing quite well with this little setup right here. And if we just stopped, I mean, we would be fine. But what I do want to put one more thing in. Oh, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? My goal was actually to finish this whole thing in the second year. We started in, what was it, April 1st or March, whatever it was, of 2021. And by sometime in 2022, I want this whole thing to be done. One of the things we're going to do is upgrade our house. Well, here, and I'll show you why. Because we're eventually going to lay out fields. And notice if I drag this out, a 52 by 52, 0.27 HA, that's as big a one as we can make. But if I upgrade the house one time, then 76 by 76. Much bigger, and we can upgrade it again for 100,000 and make a really big field, which actually I think we're going to do, but we'll do that after we get this factory built. And the factory we're after is a slaughterhouse, and it's going to cost $340,000. right now, and if we get the right research, we could knock that price down. There are loans in the game, but they don't mean much. I mean, look at what we have. I'll go to finance, go to loans. There's 3 little loans out here, $25, $35, $40,000 total. And I'm calling them dollars. They made up their own symbol for the currency, probably so you could call it whatever you want to. We'll call it dollars for this playthrough. Okay, training. Keep the training going. We'll go look at the price of buildings and we'll drop it by 10%, and then 20%, and then 30%. Of course, these take a little longer, sometimes cost a little more, but good investment. Now, we could, let me pause and think a second. Rather than waiting on a factory and just kind of killing time, the other way we could really up our income is by repeating this process we just did with another product, or we could even do more chickens. We really could. We could do dairy cows. They would be cool. And we have the medium-sized pens for that. Why don't we put in a... Oh boy, that's going to take a lot of space. That's all right. We'll just buy some more land. All right. Let's do a dairy cow business on this side, similar to what we did over here. So let's, and we got a lot of money, so maybe we'll be able to do it more quickly. I'm going to carefully, this is not easy, delete this road. Unfortunately, you can't upgrade the road. You have to delete them and rebuild them, which I think they should fix. I really think you should be able to like drag an update kind of a thing over this over the map and upgrade your roads, not have to tear them up and then totally rebuild them. So now you can see we've got a symbol because we've disconnected. This house is facing that way and it's disconnected from the road. So we'll reconnect it. And yeah, let's build one up this way. Two, four, plus 1. I'm going to put a couple. Oh wait, cow pens. How big are they? The medium cow pen. They are bigger. Medium cow shed. They're 4 by 8. It looks like. No, 5 by 8. They're 5 by 8. Okay. 1. Two, 3, 4, 5, and so to have 4 of them, we need that much space, and we need a house in order to be able to recruit into it. So we'll put a house right here. And run our power out to power this up. Overlap with this. It's not going to get that. So now we can recruit in here, and we still want the animal characteristic. Good with animals. 2, 3. Okay, so they'll take 2, so we'll put 2 on it. And we're going to buy cows. They'll take 8. Again, we'll do organic, and we're going to need grass, silage, oat, fodder beets, and crops. So now we need to set some new orders. So we're going to go to trade, and we're going to I'm going to go back and write those down because I can't remember them. Okay, let's go set our orders. We want to go into trade, set up a new one. We want grass. We want organic grass. Let's stick with the 300. And we want silage. Buy till you have 300. And we want oat, which I think we already have, do we? Yeah, we do. Let's search here. If we search here, we'll find it. Yeah, we already have an order for oat. We could double up since it's being used. Yeah, let's double up oats since it's being used in both our little chains here. Clear that away. And add one for the fodder beets. And for the crops. And then we're going to want to make sure that we sell the milk. And we've got to be careful. We've got cow milk, goat milk, and sheep milk. Sorry, sheep milk, goat milk, and cow milk. We want the cow milk. Sell when above 0. Now, the cattle are going to cause us to have 2, if not 3, new buildings. So we're going to want a barn. Actually, we're going to want to give it its own storage, its own warehouse too, just to cut down on length of trips. Rotate this thing. And we'll put in a barn. The barn is basically for the store the silage and the hay. And I think we're going to want a small, let's put another one of these in. And I feel like I'm forgetting something. And the cattle are going to produce manure. Let's put So there's two walks you need to be careful of. The walk from the home to the workplace, and then the more important walk, although that one matters, the more important one is from the workplace to wherever you get your supplies. So like the person here will walk over here, and then they'll say, oh, we need food. They'll go to the appropriate place, get the food, bring it in. They'll take the manure and put it over here. They'll take the food, put it in storage in the warehouse. So it's nice to have all that close by. And you want all these walks as short as you can get so that they don't spend all their energy walking. They spend their energy getting stuff done for you, making you money. Okay, we've just hit summer of our first year. So we've done all this in the spring. Looking pretty good. All right, so now we've got a pretty good little economic engine that we can build on and get our work done. We've got 16 people working on dairy. We've got 8 times 3 is 24 folks working on chicken eggs. So we got eggs, milk, a nice little eggs and milk business going, and it's doing quite well. And if we take a look at our estimated budget, our monthly budget now is clearing $540,000 after expenses. We're predicted to clear about $540,000 per month and almost $6.7 million per year. So that little milk and egg business right there is doing just fine. It's just now June of our first year. We've gotten all that set up, and from a start of what do we have, 100 grand or whatever it was. So we're doing okay. We're doing all right. And what I'm pointing out here, I had to come back and re-record this, kind of a bunch of noise. All the housing is close to where you work. Your work is close to where you get your supplies. Your work is close to where you drop off your end product. That's kind of key to making these work. And I will say quickly that cow one could have been much better. It was not my greatest effort, but I'll do better next time. So now, next time we're going to get into kind of the farming business, if you will. We're going to quit, buying supplies and feeding animals, and we're going to start doing some actual cultivation. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it'll help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Farm Manager 2021 video. Thank you.